back to Crypto Moonshots. Great to have you guys here. If you're new here, welcome. Great to have you here. So I made a video about Bittorent the other day, and there was a lot of comments talking about how, like, when's the best time to buy in and what the price is going to go to. So in that video, I think it came out 2 days ago. You can go watch it if you'd like. I told you guys that I think it's going to drop down. I think we were around, at the very peak, and I said it's going to come down, and it did end up coming down. So I thought it'd be a cool idea if I just show you guys real quick how I do my TA, just so you guys can learn as well. It's very simple. So yellow line is weekly, so I put it there for a weekly level of resistance, and then I'm gonna go to the daily, and then I put the red line there for the swing low, so that'd be a level of support, right? And then we can also actually take the swing high of that for the daily. I'm gonna switch the color. Red is daily, yellow is weekly, and then we go to the 4 hour, and then we can draw a bunch of different things. So let me try to break it down for you guys. So there's a swing high right there, right? So we can draw that as a weekly horizontal level of support right now. Used to be resistance, right? Because it came up here, touched it, came back down, and then the swing low right there, that's support now again, and then swing high right there, swing low right there. Okay, so this is kind of what we're looking at here. Too many lines for my liking, but I like to keep my graphs very simple, like 4 or 5 lines, but I think it's good for like educational purposes, just so you guys can see like how it works. So I think when I made my last video, we were around right here, and I told you guys that I'm not buying because I think it's going to drop down, and it did by 43%. So I'm very happy about that, very, very happy, because I really want to buy into this project. Again, I tell you why in that video, so if you're interested about like what Bittorent does and stuff, go check it out. But so the comments were asking like, when's the best time to buy in, what's the price going to go to, and stuff like that. So let's take a look with kind of what's going on. I kind of want to preface this and say that it's hard to do technical analysis when we don't have too much data. Like, for example, if I'm looking at stocks, like Apple, like, it's so much easier to do technical analysis because there's just so much data there. Like, you can look at monthly levels, weekly levels, and like if you buy in at a monthly level of support, right, you're pretty much guaranteed to make money. But with crypto, right, obviously, like, it can go up. Like, how much did this go up? Like, over the past, like 183%, and then the next day it can drop down 50%. So let's kind of zoom in here, and voice crack, I'm sorry, but this right here, this line right here, right, this is the first time we're kind of testing it. Okay, so it's never acted as support before. The only reason we drew this vertical line right here was because it was resistance at one point, right? It was resistance at one point, and it's never been a line of support for us. This is the first time. And if you've been watching my other videos, I always talk about this. This is called a peak, right? This is called a peak. And then if you draw it the other way, if you go down this way, that's called a valley, right? So this is exactly like a peak. So that means that this level of resistance, it kind of adds to that, is super strong. But that's kind of besides the point. I got sidetracked. Anyways, so this level of support is kind of shabby, right? Because it's never acted as support. So normally what happens, right? Normally, and again, I talk about this in my other videos, hit that subscribe if you want, but normally what happens is when you're coming down to a level, right, for the first time, it kind of bounces back, right? I was talking about that with Silo, and that's what ended up happening. And if we look here, let's see if it's doing that. So here it kind of came down. These 2 wicks kind of came down and kind of bounced back, right? Is it going to do that again? I'm not sure. Do you see how it's like kind of bouncing back? I guess we can kind of count that. But anyways, I don't really trust this line. I hope it comes down more, because like if I have my buy target right there and I see it bouncing, right? If I see it bouncing like with actual like bullish signs, then I'm going to buy, right? But all day traders I know are very, very greedy, all the successful ones anyways, and they look at these levels of support and they're like, okay, touch this, I'm buying here. Okay, touch that, I'm buying here, and a lot of them, like, it misses, right? But they do like 500 charts. So what we can assume is that this is a weak level of support, and I think that there's a good possibility that it's going to come down here. Now, here's the interesting thing, right? Here's the interesting thing. When we come to this level, when we come to that level, it's been tested before, right? This level of support has been tested before. So like once, twice, 3 weeks right there. That's in the 1 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour. I apologize. 2 times it's been tested right there. So I trust this line way more than I trust this line. Okay, because that's never. It used to be resistance. You can't really trust that as support, right? So, but this line right below that level, right below that level, it's been tested twice. So you can trust that level. Now, if you want to be really greedy, right? If you want to be really greedy, you shouldn't even buy there, right? You shouldn't even buy there because it's only been tested twice, right? If you really want to be greedy, you should like aim to buy here, right? But I doubt it might come down that much. What I'm gonna do personally, this is not financial advice. Don't blame me if you lose money. But what I'm gonna do personally is I have my buy limit right here. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna buy. I think if anything, I think there's a good possibility it can come down here and then bounce back up. Okay, that's just what I'm assuming, just from what I've seen with other coins, because again, this has been tested, so there's 2 weeks right there kind of showing evidence that it's been supported. So I think if anything, if I don't know, if I'm like not feeling it too much, I think I can make like easy 20%. So that'd be a pretty good scalp in a matter of like a day, right? So that's where my price buy is going to be. There's a really good chance that it might not hit and it might just go back up, right? But do I think that's going to happen? No. And the reason I back that answer is because evidence tells me that this line has never shown support, but this line has. And so that's why I'm buying there. I'm going to go based off evidence. I'm not going to go based off anything else. So, yeah, so that's where I'm buying, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe, join that Telegram. Really appreciate it, you guys. Hope you learned something. Have a good one.